The kicker, Chris Boswell, has it ready to go, and we are underway from Pittsburgh. A little juke, and he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by a first-round pick in the 2020 draft out of Utah State. This is Jordan Love.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
He finds his man, complete. That's Reed.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Here's Love. And that will be incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
And here's Daniel Whelan on now to punt. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the former Buckeye, the young rookie QB from Ohio State.
For every rookie prospect, there are always nerves involved in this moment. Running your team out to start a game. But there's a reason they brought him in. We're willing to make him their starter today. They believe he can overcome those nerves and lead his team to a victory. We saw him do it at the collegiate level and really make himself into a leader and someone you can envision doing the exact same thing here in the NFL.
Howard now throwing to start the drive. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Second down and 4. Operating from the gun, Howard. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
A running play, it's Dowdle. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down. No luck whatsoever there on the draw.
Yeah, they're supposed to use their aggressiveness against them. That was the hope. But maybe they had too big of a meal last night. A half step slow, and he ends up running right into the meat of the defense.
Howard, off play action. That's to a former Packer, Marquez Valdez-Scantling. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. But give the rookie another one on this opening drive and a first down with it. A nice start, Charles, for the first-year passer. He's come out, made a few plays, nice plays to begin this contest.
He certainly has, and if he finishes off this drive with a touchdown pass, I bet we don't call him rookie anymore. We'll move him right to veteran and continue from there.
So he stopped for no gain, and it's second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. The toss here completed to Pittman. So just 3 yards on the completion there.
That's a gain of
3rd and 7 now.
It's 3rd and
Simple drag
7.
route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Back to throw again. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's another Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely, as one of the better coaches in the league always tells me. On offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
It's now 2nd
Well,
and
offensively,
6.
that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now he's going to step up and run. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for a Steelers first down.
Haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried to run through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
4 yards.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8. They run again with Dowdle. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and sneak it here. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1.
So they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding them out on first down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
2nd and goal from the 1. And they'll run again, but he will not get to the goal line. In fact, he won't get to the line of scrimmage as they push him back to the 2. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked them back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available.
And this time he is in. Rico Dowdle, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. That drive a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he stopped immediately there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Boy, you go 3 and out on your first drive, and that's not the way you want to start this drive either. Doesn't seem like they're really into it just yet.
No, first 4 plays, you don't want to call it a disaster, but not looking very sharp. Love looking to throw it. Catch made by Watson on the out route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Now Love will try with his legs. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
A handoff, Jacobs running to the left. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
A gain of 6.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Love, they go play action now. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Love. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Back to throw now on first down. Short throw. He's got Kraft. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
A 7-yard pickup.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a first down.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Packers, 1st down. 1st and goal, Green Bay.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Love from the gun. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Sebastian Joseph Day breaking through for the sack. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Another try after the 1st down sack. Love.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He had the short touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll begin again here on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Howard. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
To throw is Howard. Off the play fake. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Micah Parsons just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They could put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 17. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
this is going to wind up a safety.
Every team has plays in their book to try and buy some room when a safety's on the table. But a big variable is how does each team deal with the pressure of executing in those situations. In this case, they didn't, and they gave up 2 points.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. Fielded at the 20. A nice little juke. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they'd better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And quickly out wide, this is Watson. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll make it 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 26-yard line.
Back to throw. Love. Short throw. He's got Kraft. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. This is caught. And the Packers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Complete once again to Watson. Touchdown! Christian Watson from a yard out. And the Packers have taken the lead. Had the option there, read it perfectly, and an easy little touchdown toss.
And it has to be a sharp throw, too, because of where they are on the field. The extra traffic, things are condensed near the goal line. Good route by the receiver as well.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. It's up and good, and the lead now moves to 9-7.
Makes the score Packers 9.
So that drive, 4 plays. And it was all capped off by a touchdown catch from Christian Watson. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
On the play. And the Steelers first down.
Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense. And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Here's Howard operating from the gun. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 53 yards. And the Steelers have retaken the lead. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You can see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
The previous play is under review.
The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. They run with Washington. Trying to ram his way in, but they're going to hold him back at the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be second and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
Now Howard from the gun, he'll throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Packers pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We'll give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And down he'll go at the 25. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it, because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Love. Able to find his man, Kraft. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Oh, man, that is just a flat miss. He's in the pocket. The protection holds up. He sees his man come free, but maybe he just gets a little excited about the prospect of a long touchdown.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Love. And that is incomplete.
Incomplete on the throwaway. Brings up 4th down.
On now is the Packers punter, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to...
All right, rifles one, and it's going to be intercepted. And into the end zone. It's a pick-6 and a Packer touchdown. But Charles, he was looking for just a short throw, kept it in range for the rare linebacker pick-6.
And give him full credit for his focus. He just kept the quarterback in his sights, and where he was looking to throw, he positioned himself perfectly to be there for the interception. He made the play of the game for his defense right there.
McManus now for the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick-6. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And the Steelers getting set and ready for their next possession. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Looking to throw. Howard. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16.
Well, this hasn't really been a first half to remember on either side of the ball, but I think this kind of makes this an important drive. You'd love to get this back to a one-score game if you can, and that's good work there to get some yardage here and pick up the first down.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Howard now, operating from the gun. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Back to throw. Howard. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down. They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Looking to throw. Howard. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. Boswell's kick is good. And the deficit trimmed to 6 now at 16-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Chris Boswell.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this one is incomplete. Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thank you. And this one's still anybody's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half as we are about to get underway. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Number 4, DK Metcalf. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 31-yard line.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun, Howard. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Out of the gun now on third down. He'll get this to his running back, Dowdle. And he will have a Steelers first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7.
They certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Javon Hargrave, the D-tackle, getting the sack.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Back to throw. Howard. This caught left side by the tight end, Parham. It'll be a gain of 5. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred the defense.
He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but Isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And that will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Going left side, and Watson has it. It'll go as a gain of 4. 3rd and 7 now.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 7.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
And space tough to come by there as they'll get maybe a yard to the 37. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. That's taken in by Watson.
Offside, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Off the play fake, Love. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Running it with Jacobs. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
On 4th down, Love. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there was the right call.
They go play action here on first down. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Howard from the gun on 3rd down. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
Here's Cameron Johnston now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride the offense this go-around.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Love now. Now they go screen. It's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A very solid gain of 27.
First down. A gain of 27 on the play. And a Packer first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Throwing, Love. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Watson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Jacobs now. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
To throw now. Here's Love. Short throw. He's got Kraft. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 33. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And able to get this to the 31.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. Now Love. Short throw. He's got Kraft. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long.
Love from the gun on 3rd down. That's to Kraft, the tight end. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
The kick by McManus is good. And that will make this a 9-point lead.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Steelers ready for their next possession. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
From the 29, here's 2nd down and 5.
Operating from the gun. Howard going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he's got it inside the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. DK Metcalf, 71 yards.
And the Steelers are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter.
Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Back now in Pittsburgh, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. Boswell on now to kick this one away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Green Bay's offense ready to go again.
That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
He finds his man, complete. That's Reed. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's second down.
3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Love looking to throw it. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
Here's Love. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up fourth down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on third down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
On now is the Packers punter as he's on to kick it away. Pulled in at the 24. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
The Steelers offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up second down.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. And they've got to go thank the guys on D.
2nd and 3.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. is caught. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And the Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. A quick throw there is incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On the run, it's Dowdle. And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 41. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
So here we go. On now is the kicker, Chris Boswell. This for a fourth quarter lead. And he missed it. It's no good. And they'll remain down by 2.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Firing quickly out wide is Love. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Love from the gun. Short throw. He's got Kraft. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake, third down.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to at least make it a 5-point cushion. The kick by McManus is good. And that will push the lead up to 5. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. Looking to put a drive together. To throw is Howard. Throwing to start the drive. He's got room past the 30. Down the sideline he goes. And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25. A huge play there on the screen pass. 54 yards.
Where's the contain there? And yes, that's a question because that was just a simple drop-off. But he hits the Jets, and all of a sudden, the seas part in front of him. A huge result there to flip the field and what was a fairly innocuous play call.
Tackle made by Zaire Franklin.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Now 2nd and 5.
Looking to throw. Howard. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Operating from the gun. Howard. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot or running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his 2nd drop of the game. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Loving the Packers now with a 1st and 10
at their own 17-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Love. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun. Love. Over the middle, complete. It's Reed. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Back to throw. Love. And that will be incomplete.
Intended for John.
Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Steelers' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Here's Howard. From the gun, he'll throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 5.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. A short one there to Freiermuth. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. Only able to gain a couple there, and now it's 3rd and 3.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the 1st downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
And this is the worry, because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Operating from the gun. Love. He's got his target. That's complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They run it with Jacobs. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Love going to keep it on the option.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Love. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17.
Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Here's Love. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to put him a touchdown and a 2-point conversion up. The kick by McManus is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So now the Steelers down by 8, a minute 45 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. He's back to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And some room to roam now. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 20.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Plenty of time to work with here, but the timeouts, they're gone. Here's 1st and 10. Finding Pittman.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building.
It's 2nd and inches at the Packers' 46-yard line.
Now 2nd down and a few inches.
He'll look to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Got his man, and it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. DK Metcalf with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Steelers have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th.
And what a throw that was, Charles. You think about the situation, close game, 4th quarter, rookie quarterback. He doesn't seem fazed one bit.
So much for bright lights, big city, and will he wilt? Not at all. The stage not too big, the moment not too big at all. They needed points on that series, and not only did he produce a touchdown drive, but how about finishing it off with a big play that only adds to the momentum that they've already established.
The Steelers will line up for the 2.
They'll try and throw for it. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the 4th. Huge conversion there to tie this thing up, but they're not done yet. Their defense needs to get a stop.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time for the other team to come downfield and put some points on the board, but job 1 was taken care of, the 2-point conversion to get this thing tied.
Now this one setting up for a great finish, all tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Back at the 26-yard line.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Love looking to throw it. Short throw. He's got Kraft.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4.
Well, this crowd into it now. 3rd and 2. Love fires it, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And to the 43, so down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Hands it off out of the gun. And a little spin cycle. Room to run now. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They'd done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Boswell for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score.
So they hit pay dirt
32.
on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Nifty move. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
This offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here 1st down. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Love. And that'll be incomplete with the penalty marker down as well. And I think he was beyond the line of scrimmage when that ball left his hand. Yeah, we kind of sensed that one. He got a little too far forward before throwing, and that one will set them back.
And remember, the NFL level, being aware of where the line of scrimmage is crucial. And here's the other part. Any part of the quarterback's body that's near that line of scrimmage, he's going to get the benefit of the doubt. So he was clearly over the line.
That throw right side here going to be incomplete.
What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Now Love.
He's going to let it fly. And it is caught at the 10-yard line.
It's a gain of 50.
That was a long shot, but they did get one final chance to try to score and overcome this small deficit. No touchdown, though, Charles, and that brings this one to a close.
Yeah, I think Hope was wearing one jersey and Worry was wearing another on the other sideline as that final snap played out. Now, we've seen some incredible plays to win games before, but in this case, I think the distance was just a little bit too great for it to happen here.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com.
The Steelers earn the win at home as we say so long from Pittsburgh.